It's a Manchu. Welcome back to Minecraft Bedrock versus Java, where I play through both versions of the game and compare the two. As you can tell from the noise in the background, yeah, the villager breeder is working away and they are getting busy. And something that I didn't notice before, I hadn't realized, I'd assumed that the villagers that are created by this breeder, the children villagers, were going to have the outfits of the biome that they're born in. And yeah, that is indeed the way it works in Bedrock Edition. But in Java Edition, that's not how it works. In Java Edition, the children born here are going to have either the outfits for the biome that they're born in or the outfits of their parents. So in this case, the adults in this breeder are both from a taiga biome, and the breeder is in a plains biome. So the villagers down here are going to be a mixture. You see, there's some taiga villagers and some plains villagers, and you can see I have a bunch of them now, which is great. Now I am ready to start the villager breeder, and I'm going to head over here to where I'm going to build it. I have a foundation for it set up already. This is kind of the layout for what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Wherever you see jack-o'-lanterns, that's going to be a location for one of the villagers. And I think I have spots for like 20 of them in here, which should be plenty. Wherever you see granite, yeah, that's going to be walls. So the build I'm going to use here, I'm going to use stone brick with some cracked stone brick and mossy stone brick mixed in. And the roof, I'm going to use a mixture of stone stairs, stone slabs, and maybe some smooth stone slabs as well. So I guess I just have to get started building this thing. Okay, I think I can call that done. I'm ready to move the villagers in now. Tell me I have enough rails to do this. Ha! With one rail to spare, I got enough. Sweet. Couldn't have cut that any closer. There we go. Kind of pain in the butt, but I got him. Now if I can just shove him over to here. Come on, guy. Come on over there. Almost got you on there. Get on the railing. There we go. There we go. Something I hadn't considered, he could claim this workstation over here. In Bedrock Edition, I don't know if it's the case in Java Edition, I don't think it is, but in Bedrock Edition, the villager pretty much needs to be in a village to claim a workstation. In Java Edition, I don't think they need to be in a village to claim a workstation. They could just be anywhere and claim a workstation, which, interestingly enough, might be a convenient way to move villagers around, because you can place down a workstation and they'll pathfind to it to work on it, even if they're not in a village. In Java Edition, like I said, in Bedrock Edition, I'm pretty sure they have to be in an official village to claim a workstation. Of course, the way I make this place officially a village is by having a bed that the villager can claim, and there is a bed out there, so he could claim that. Alright, let's shove this guy into this little cell here, if I can get him in there. Maybe. Maybe I can't. Alright, over here. Barely enough rails to do this. Alright, and get him in here. Now in Java Edition, if I break this minecart, the villager's going to want to hop out to an adjacent space, and I don't want that to happen. In Bedrock Edition, if I break this minecart, they'll just pop out in the space that they're in. So I got to make sure that he's not going to escape anywhere. So at least temporarily, I need to put some blocks up here. And then hopefully when I break this, he won't pop up anywhere adjacent. He will take some damage. And then he'll take some damage trying to pop out into adjacent space where he can't be. And then he'll end up in that space. Where'd he go? The hell did he go? Crying out loud! Excuse me, buddy. I need to sleep here. That's lame. So, yeah, that totally didn't work. He popped out next to it. That kind of sucks. Well, that kind of worked. Alright, what am I going to do with you? I need you to not pop out somewhere adjacent. That sucked. Okay. Stay there for a minute. I got him in there somehow. Now, he has not claimed a workstation. I need him to claim workstation, so... in Java Edition, they need to be able to pathfind to the workstation to claim it. And he couldn't in that case. In Bedrock Edition, it's not as picky. And in fact, it's a problem in Bedrock Edition because there's some of these workstations that would make nice decorative locks, especially stuff like barrels. And I don't dare use them in Bedrock Edition because the villagers could claim them and end up with a bunch of fishermen. Anyway. Excellent, that's what I needed. I needed him to be able to trade carrots, and he does. I could make him change his trades by breaking this and placing it back down again. And now he trades for potatoes and beetroot, which is no good. I need carrots. I need him to trade for carrots. I hope I didn't screw this up. I had him trading for carrots and then I broke it. I'll get it eventually. I'll take it. I'll take it. Now I'm going to trade carrots with him and lock that trade in. Now his trades are forever locked in. There we go. I probably shouldn't have gone too overboard with the trades. The thing is, the villager will gain experience from trading with him. And when he levels up, he'll get new trades added. I just recently discovered this. You get experience as well. I always knew that. But you actually get more experience trading with villagers if the villagers are willing to breed. So believe it or not, it's to my benefit if I can trade with the villagers while they're horny. Who knew? Now, to make that happen, I need to make sure that the villager is fed and make sure that there are more beds in this trading hall than there are villagers. That's something I don't usually mess with, is putting like extra beds in the trading hall. But I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to add a lot of beds here. And like, this guy actually sells bread. So I'm going to buy some bread from him. And I'll throw some bread at him. There. With 3 bread, that should be enough for him to be willing to breed. And then I'm going to add a bunch of beds here. After that, I need to get a lot more villagers. See if that works. Hoping. Yay! Finally worked. Alright. The librarian is another case of somebody that I want a specific trade with him. I want to get mending. I want to get books of mending. And it could take a while. I don't care. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how much they charge. I want books of mending. Now, in Bedrock Edition, I can reset his trades instead of having to break this. Instead of having to break this lectern over and over again, I can actually use a sticky piston to move the lectern and then move it back and reset his trades that way. Unfortunately, in Java Edition, you cannot move lecterns with a piston, so I can't do that. There's a lot of things that you can move with a piston in Bedrock Edition that you can't move in Java Edition with a piston. Mending! Hey! That didn't actually take me that many tries. Alright, let's lock those trades in. And I will buy a book of mending from you. Sweet! Well, he sells Sharpness 1 books, so it's not awful. It's an interesting thing about trading the price they charge you see it's gone down here. He's charging less now. The price is based on a number of factors. One is kind of a supply and demand thing. The more you trade with a villager for a particular item, the more likely it is he's going to raise that price. Like if you buy them out of an item and then you try to trade with them again in the same day, they're going to raise the price significantly. At least in theory, that's what the wiki says. In practice, I found in Bedrock Edition that is true. In Java Edition, their trades just seem to drop when I trade a lot, because trading a lot with them and buying all their stock actually improves my reputation with them, and that gives me discounts for the trading. And this guy buys pumpkins. That's great. Another interesting thing of note, in theory, the trading tables between Bedrock Edition and Java Edition are the same. The list of things that they will buy and sell, of potential trades that they could have at each level, is the same for both Bedrock Edition and Java Edition. However, in Bedrock Edition, they will always have something at each level of trade that they will buy, that they will pay emeralds for, if there is something at that level, and something that they'll sell at that level, if there is something at that level. Java Edition just chooses from the tables randomly. And what that means in practice is, for example, the farmers in Java Edition have a 1 in 3 chance of not buying pumpkins. In Bedrock Edition, they always buy pumpkins. Also, when it comes to the armor, in Java Edition, the armor will always sell you a full set of diamond armor when you get them high enough level. In Bedrock Edition, a single armor will never sell a full set. They'll only sell you half a set. Okay, finally it's done. I now have one of every villager trade except Leatherworker. Leatherworker is useless. There's nothing I want from Leatherworkers. But every other trade has at least something I want. And in addition, I have a second librarian. And that second librarian, among other things, sells books of Efficiency 5 at exorbitantly high prices, but I'm not too worried about what they charge. That's fine. The other stuff is not all that great, but Efficiency 5. I hesitated for a while thinking about, do I want to lock in that trade? It's expensive, but it's darn good. I really like to have Efficiency 5. That's great. And this guy who sells not all that great, and mending. And as you can see, I've already got mending on the shield, and it's fully repaired. With these villagers, and it's 13 in total? With these villagers in this trade hall, I can now get full diamond gear, armor, weapons, tools, all diamond. I can use the experience from trading to get levels so I can enchant all those items. So villagers are pretty powerful. That's really going to be awesome for me to be able to do that. I almost need never mine again. At least in the overworld, I really am not going to need to mine ever again. The only thing I can't get from these guys is just raw iron, which I need for a few things. But I can use villagers to make an iron farm at some point. That's pretty cool. And now I'm going to do the same thing in the Bedrock world. Okay, and here I am in the Bedrock world, ready to start building a trading hall here. Now, off screen, I've done some things off camera. Wandering traders appear occasionally, and I always like to check on it because sometimes they sell stuff that I could use. Like, Wandering Traders sold some cactus, so I bought a cactus from them. I also, you can't really tell, but this is a melon stalk because I was able to buy a melon seed as well. And hopefully I'll start being able to grow melon. So Wandering Traders will also sell things like jungle saplings. I don't have those. And cocoa beans. I don't have those. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that. Unfortunately, what they don't sell is bamboo. And I'm still going to be at a disadvantage in the Bedrock world because I haven't found a jungle. I don't have bamboo. And in the Java world, I do. And I have lots of scaffolding. This guy kind of escaped from the villager breeder, and I decided to bring him over here ahead of time. He's managed to survive while I set up the foundation for what the breeder is going to look like. I'm going to use similar type of architecture to the house. So I'm going to have like rectangular spruce framing, and I'm going to use stone with a little bit of andesite for texturing. I'm no Michelangelo when it comes to building, but I'm going to use materials that I have, see what I can do with it. So let's get started building this. I have here like a boat slip, and it's my intention to be able to use a boat to pick up the villagers from the breeder, which is over there, and just bring them right into the trading hall and be able to bring them in that way. Once I get a roof over this thing, I'll be able to break this ice and actually have water here that won't freeze. All right, so let's get started. All right, I don't think much of the looks of these trapdoors, but they're just going to be there temporarily until I can get the villager in position. The trick will be getting him in position. Let's see if we can do this. Nudge him over here. Nudge him onto land. There you go. Now get in the minecart. There we go. And he's in. Now, in Java Edition, where I struggled with this, I struggled to get this guy out of the minecart in the position he was in. I had to like wall off everything around him because when they go onto the minecart in Java Edition, they hop out to adjacent space. Here, they'll just be in the space where I break the minecart. They won't move at all. No fuss, no muss. Really easy. Makes things a little bit easier for me. Now let's place down this. And if I'm not mistaken, he will not claim this. He will not claim this workstation. And the reason he won't claim it is because he's not in a village. To be in a village, there has to be a bed. There has to be a bed that's claimed by somebody to be an official village. So if I put down a bed, hang on. Get up here. I'll put down a bed, like over here. He should be able to claim it here. Or not. Do I have to put it here? There we go. Now green particles appeared above the bed, meaning that he claimed it. And green particles appeared above that composter, meaning he claimed that. And now he's a farmer. I don't think that's the way it works in Java Edition. I think in Java Edition, they will claim the workstation as long as they're adjacent to it, or as long as they can make a clear path to it. In Bedrock Edition, they don't have to pathfind to it, they just have to see it. But they do have to be in an official village. And I'm just making this platform temporarily to put up all the beds so that I can have more beds of villagers. Another interesting feature of Bedrock Edition that is unique to Bedrock Edition is those green particles. You don't see that in Java Edition. When a villager claims a bed in Java Edition, there's no like particles to show that it happened. You just kind of have to assume that it did. Anyway, you're in the market for potatoes. I need you to sell carrots. 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 All right. Let's lock those trades in. And give him some bread. Now I just need to get a bunch more villagers. Alright, what do you got for sale? Okay. This may take repeated attempts again, but the nice thing about this is, in Bedrock Edition, there's a lot more things that Bedrock Edition pistons can move that Java Edition pistons can't. And one of the things on that list is lecterns. In Bedrock Edition, pistons can move lecterns. In Java Edition, they cannot. So this little trick I can't do in Java Edition. I can move this lectern to reset the guy's trades. And that saves me having to cut it with an axe over and over again. Wow, that's really nice, but I love Silk Touch, but gotta have mending. Wow. That was relatively quick. I got mending. Lock him in. And I will buy some books of mending. Or at least a book of mending for now. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think there's an iron golem around here somewhere. I don't know where he is. There he is. Oh, he's stomping around the roof. I was going to say it's funny that I haven't seen an Iron Golem in the Java Edition world, but actually no. The rules for how Iron Golems appear, get summoned by villagers, are very different between Java Edition and Bedrock Edition. When I get around to making Iron Farm, I'll go into detail about that, but it does make sense that in this trade hall I'm seeing them summoning Iron Golems, and I'm not seeing that in the Java Edition one. Yeah, you see here I've done a lot of trading with this armor, and his prices have gone up significantly. I just have to wait around a while and the prices will go down again. But again, in Java Edition, I have not experienced this. The prices when I trade a lot tend to go down because my reputation with the villagers improves. But here it's some kind of supply and demand mechanic, which doesn't seem to function in Java Edition. I don't know if it's supposed to. Yep, that guy too. We'll just wait around a while. And there you have it, my trade hall and Bedrock Edition all set up. I have 13 villagers. I can't say I have one of every trade, unfortunately. I don't have a brewing stand. I couldn't find one in the nearest village, and there was an abandoned village further to the south that I checked in. I couldn't find a brewing stand, and obviously I don't have the ingredients to make one of my own. I can't craft one. So no cleric, and obviously no leatherworker because leatherworkers don't have anything I need. I have 2 librarians, one which sells me mending, the other which sells me unbreaking 2, which is not that stupendous, but it's something. It's a decent price that they're charging. And I have a second armor. In Java Edition, as I explained, well, I try to, it's complicated to explain how there's a difference in the trade tables between Bedrock Edition and Java Edition, because there's the same possible trades they could have, but they're chosen a little differently at each level. And it works out so that in Java Edition, one armor will sell you a full set of diamond armor. In Bedrock Edition, they won't. One armor will sell you 2 of the 4 pieces of diamond armor, and it's random which 2 of the 4. So by getting a second armor, I'm not guaranteed to be able to buy all 4 pieces of diamond armor. I don't know what I'll get. I'll have to get extremely lucky to get that, but I don't want to have like 5 armors to make sure I get it. I'll get what I'll get, and we'll see. But for now, I have a lot of trading to do to get all the diamond gear and diamond armor that I can get and enchant it fully. It's going to take a while to do it. As it is, this video, it has taken me a while to put it together, so it's coming out later than I wanted it to. And the next video may take me a while to put together too. The next thing to do, probably going to go to the Nether. And what I do when I get there, I don't know. It depends on what I find there. Who knows what I'll find? Find out next time on Amon Chooses Minecraft, Java vs. Bedrock.